Sorry about that. Technical difficulty. But you get that blurry. It's probably just the way it is. Getting old. Phone's starting to get a pain. Oh, the pain of it all. I shouldn't be like that. That bloke ended up finding out he was a chomo. Danger, Will Robinson, danger! Pedophile on board. Yes, YouTube, straight away I'd start off. I told you, I am not going to deny the world the true connection words. You might. That's evil. I find you wrong in that policy. And I know you find yourself wrong in that policy. You need to change it. Only a few things you need to change. And you can be a great platform. And not just a manipulative one. Which you are. But enough of that. Your platform is good because we met on here. Met a lot of people on here, and I met them through YouTube. So, it has its good policies and its bad points as well. Well, TMZ. It's about time they came to the light. I've been watching their hype for a few years now. How they control the hype. They manipulate and keep the movement to where they want it to go. And, well, they're money driven. And those that have money can drive them. That's as simple as how that game is played. Money, people. Money does everything in this world. People want it so badly. So badly, they'll sell their own grandmother for it. Yes. You know, that's how bad it is. People are turning into this in their own family. Trolls. That's the infiltration of Satan himself. The desecration of the family. I know it all too well. Because I am this guy. And this place, well, this is Sparta. That's what it is. See? That's called ingenuity. Read it backwards, see? Boom. Oh, the flag's come down. That means war. We have to go to war. Knock the flag down, put the flag back up. Wait. Ooh, that was a weird noise. Scared the shit out of me. Okay, well, let's put a disclaimer on this and see where we go from that. That way no one can touch this, and no one can touch it anyway. I've got it marked off. Can't touch it unless I let you. Aha. Okay, this channel's contents, including but not limited to text images and videos that are property of the Archangel Michael and SPARTA and are protected under the Copyright Act. Reproduction or distribution of any part of this copyrighted content without my permission is strictly prohibited. And just in case anyone can pick any other content, which there's not going to be other than out of my mouth, the content used in this video is intended for educational purposes only. All rights to images, music, clips, and other materials used belong to their respective owners. I do not claim ownership over any third-party content. And now we're all in the clear. And that's how easy it is. I know people like to get technical and this and that, make it more professional. But we live in a day and age now where we abbreviate everything. And that is apt. Go on Google, Wikipedia, that's an apt thing to say. It's correct and factual, and it's got all the stuff it's got need in it. Just like the Lord's Prayer. Well, let's put a bit more light on the subject, shall we? Looks like everyone's at work today, busting their rings. Oh, and there we go. Now we got some light on the subject. Light on the subject, eh? Oh, what do we hear? Oh, I haven't opened this up. Wonder what's in this Pandora's box. Ooh, lots of things. Good receipts in there. So I haven't anyone decipher them yet. But God knows. So here we go. The Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but to deliver us from evil. Hail Mary, full of grace. Amen. And when you come and see that, you'll have God in your day. But people won't come. People are working today. People are busy. Too busy to come and see the Archangel Michael. They've got other things to do in their lives. Oh, here we go. Oh, there's Chloe again. How about that? I'll just talk to her for a second. Sorry guys, I'll be there. Yeah. Okay. Catch up with you in an hour if you're there. You a hour if you are there. Oh, bang. Oh. And there you go. Right on cue. That's just the time thing. You know, she's getting up early in the morning, probably just dropped off the kids, and I've got nothing better to do, so she texts me, see what I'm doing, see if I'm okay. That's good. We check each other out. She's a male advocate, yes, and I find her quite smart for a young lady. Very smart and intelligent, in fact. But the fact of the matter is, I'm old enough to be her father, well and truly. And, well, we counsel each other, which is a good thing. So I'm sort of the advocate for the advocate, in a sense. Plus, she gets a few hints about what the man really is. No, if she's going to advocate for man, well, she's got to know what the man is. I educate her, well, not in the way she was used to. But she's learning. She's learning the different caliber of men and what makes a man. And how it's not just a matter of trying to signify yourself as one. You have to be told that you're a man. You have to earn your right as a man. You have to do something that is manly to be proven a man. When other people around you call you the man, well, then you're a man. Until that happens, well, you can beg to be called a man all you want. You just need to prove yourself. And you can't prove yourself if you was born a woman or born a female and you love your titties off. And, well, that's just mutilation. Sorry. One day you're going to look in the mirror and you're going to go, oh, wow. That's not going to be nice. But you never know. That's people with the plastic surgeons pushing that. They're the ones that are pushing that type of stuff. Well, Pandora's box. What have we here in Pandora's box? Oh, I still haven't asked her yet. I've got to ask her. I'm pretty sure she will. No? I want to know if Jag likes Scooby-Doo. Well, that's put under the receipts. I've got to find out that. I still haven't found that out yet. Well, it's actually got a receipt here. See? You don't know what kind of people, garbologists all over the place. Receipts everywhere, see? Pandora's box, Jaguars. So I've got to ask her about whether she's a Scooby-Doo fan. I'm pretty sure she will be. Scooby-Doo, The mystery van. What do we got here? Oh, kids. Milo, please. Yes, the daughter. She needs to, funny one. Oh, and what have we got here? Oh, some sort of spoon. Where is it from? What's this type of spoon? What? Oh, it's a cowgully one. It's a minor. See? We're talking about money. And every time people talk about how we need money, even myself, how we need money to beat these guys, well, I keep thinking this is the key. Because I know where places are these guys haven't been yet. And there's gold there. I just have to go and collect. That is the key. Hello, Sagaraju. I'm just saying, we need the money to get forward, to beat these big guys, to beat these rich guys, to buy TMZ and put them on our side. Because they're only orientated about money, and whoever's got money is going to run them. Every time we talk about it, I think of this little prospector here. This little fella. Because I tell you now, I find that $130 million scene, we're in. We're in. I'll gladly drop $30 million on the cause. No problems at all. Just like that. It'll be quite a fun thing to do, actually. So I hope I find you good. I hope I find you well. Well, this is the clue of all clues. And I haven't been to... No one's come and told me what they think it is yet. But when people work this clue out, they'll work Jaguar right out. What we have here is a lolly bag. Whoa. And what have we in a lolly bag? Not quite a lolly. What do we got in there? What do we got? Whoa. Oh, we got a dice. Oh, it's not a fixed dice because it makes 7. A fixed dice would not have 7 equal on either side. That's how you know you haven't got a fixed dice. When the number on the opposite side adds up to 7. Anything other than that, you've got a fixed dice. So that's a non-fixed dice. It's not fixed. Right? And there's a dice in a lolly bag. And that's all the clue you're going to get. When you work out what that one is, you work out Jaguar right. It's pretty easy, but it's hard nonetheless in the same. People are thinking, oh, has he got the game in the bag? Got the game in the bag? It's close, very close, but not quite. I mean, a dice can be a game, but it's like a part of the game. That's the only other clue you're going to get. And it's a lolly bag. Oh, when you find out what it is, you're going to say, oh, Jesus, Michael, you. That was, really? Yes, really. Oh, okay, now we understand. Because it's going to go like this here. You're going to have a bit of epiphany. Oh, this is jumping. Means YouTube doesn't like me. It's going to come in and get attacked. They actually hit my phone before. And I was going off my head because I couldn't even access any of the apps on my phone. It would turn on. I tried to get into my photos, tried to get in my phone, just wouldn't access anything. It would just stop, freeze up, go back to the yes, because I've got the Optus network, which is their word yes. You know, that means, oh, here we go. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, yes, TMZ, yes, garbage. You're right, Saga. They are garbage. Pure hype. Right? And they create the hype. Yes, I turned on the light because the torch was getting flat. I gotta put them 3 big B-size batteries in. I ain't cheap. They're not cheap. Of anything, but yeah. Good spotty to go camping, that one. Not really designed to be on for hours and hours. Not really. One of those waterproof ones with all the bloody float, bloody rubber and shit all over it. But yes, well, TMZ, what are we going to do about them? Well, we just have to find out what they're about. Simple as that. Like I said, they're money orientated, like everyone else in this game. If you got the bills, you got the skills. And then you got the skills to pay the bills. So, you could grease the palm of TMZ, well, you might get them to slip over at our side. You know what I'm saying? It's all about money. It's all about money. You work out how much they're making in a year and you go and give them double. And you own those boys. That's how easy it is. They'll turn coach straight away for cash. But that depends if they're not on a secret agenda. Of course. Which they possibly could be. But if they're not, then they're just a pure hype factory. But if they're part of agenda, then they've got an agenda. A time schedule when they're going to do these things. They sit back and team. I mean, everyone else was getting sacked because of Charlie Kirk carrying on about him dying and that. And they had a big laugh and they made up some bullshit excuse. Oh no, we was watching a race at the same time. Bullshit. The race was on in the background that blocked up. And they were cheering at that. They were cheering at that man being assassinated. The whole channel. Then you had that other ferret. That was there. They took him off for a while and brought him back. No. It shows you how corrupt it is. Money, see? Oh, he was making money for us, so we'll bring him back. Everyone else can get sacked. Think about that. And you're starting to get confused. This left, right bullshit, you want to quit it. Because there ain't no left there. There's no left there. Okay? There's no left. There's both rights. You both want dictatorship over the other. That's pure right. So there's no left there. None of you are talking Greenpeace. None of you are talking Save the Whales. None of you are talking solar energy. That's left. Why are you putting them up down left? I have no idea. Because they're more radical rights than anything else in the world. That's what it is. Pure left, greenies. Back to the caveman days. Back to the simple bartering times. You go to the right, dictatorship. Do as I tell you, or we just knock you off. Take a pick. You got two sides there. That one run the shop and tell the other one what to do. That's dictatorship. So that's right. When you understand that in America, you understand why you're having such a problem. Over here, I don't even worry about that shit. Because you can't see the difference between Labour and Liberal. Which, God knows which one's left or right out of them. All I know is the way my father said, the best way to explain Labour and Liberal is Labour likes to spend their way out of a problem, and Liberal likes to save their way out of a problem. And that's about it. So, Labour sounds like it's more for the labourers guy. Likes to chuck us money, keep us going, keep us floating, especially in Australia, because we've got wealth for toil. But then you've got the Liberal government says, no, we saved that for the Commonwealth of Australia. Yeah. Yeah. But somehow, by all that saving, they seem to end up with a bigger deficit than when the bloody Labor spend. So I don't know what's going on there. I have no idea what's going on there. I wouldn't vote for Labor if you paid me to. In fact, or I wouldn't vote for a Liberal if you paid me to. Labor, yes, sort of got my vote all the time. I've always been a working man. The guy that's the President or the Prime Minister of Australia, he started off in a state housing with a single mum, rose him. So he knows all about coming from being a roustabout and ended up the Prime Minister of Australia. That's what you call freedom of speech. That's what you call freedom to excel. Start off in a Holmes West house, paid by the government, right, with your single mum, and end up the bloody Prime Minister of Australia. Then there's the other story of Tony Abbott, who made the Prime Minister of Australia. My father actually saved him from drowning when he was a small child in Renmark, because that's the town that they both grew up in. He should have let him drown. No, he saved that man, and he was a prestigious man. Even the copper come down and says, "Good that you saved him, Splinter. He's going to be someone one day." So they already had a plan for that rich kid. And the reason why he was drowning, well, he was a rich kid. He had a big bag of boiled loaves. And he's going around offering all the kids at the pool, "You want one?" "Yeah, I'll go have it." "No, you can't have one." "Ha ha 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 ha." You go and give it all to girls running around these little tiny red jocks. Little tiny red bathers. Like he used to get around as the Prime Minister. That was quite shocking. At least he put his foot, should have packed something down there, at least. You're going to represent the country, guy. You've got to have a big package, you know. Hey, I'm the one that's got a big package here at the meeting. Not going up there, you're only 4 foot tall and you're wearing around little cock jocks. Crazy. Most of being a G-string. Little red G-string. It's funny. Little red budgie smugglers. Like you had tiny little budgie bird in there. But anyways, that guy there, you know, he was rich and privileged. He was set to be that type of figure. The Prime Minister of Australia. Albanese had no idea he was going to be one. He was a regular kid like I was, like everyone else was. And that's what you find. The difference between Liberal and Labor. As simple as that. The rich and the poor. That's all that is. That's your left and right. In this country, you got your greenies, which used to be about Greenpeace and that. Now they'll just sign off on any deal. They stamp their little piece on there and get a check. It's all about marketing for them now. You pay them so much money, you can get Greenpeace, buddy, saved us. Oh, yeah, that's dolphin free. Greenpeace. John West the best. Same thing. All for the fisheries. So I don't know how they're proving anything. Right? So that's a bullshit one for a start. So your John West the best, that's a bullshit policy for a start. Right? And also your Greenpeace, that's another bullshit policy for your start. All your stamps on your bloody global warming bullshit and all that, that's another fucking bullshit bloody stamp. Okay? They get paid to put those stamps on things, and then when they put stamps on things, they can be killing any type of animal and putting it in that food. And you won't know a thing. It's called signing off on things, see? They started off good. They're evil as bloody buggery now. All about the money, not about saving no whales. It's that simple. There's actually about saving whales that go through the politics of that country and try to go through that way. But they don't. They'd be like that stupid bloody Greta. Idiot. Well, one day she's going to get shot. Mark my words, that's how she's going to go. She'll go out there lippy and someone's going to go bang. Be a war zone or something like that. And it'll be your own fault. Sorry. But when you've got dickheads behind that, making her think that she's the charged one, she's the one with the voice. She's the one that's making the money, and they're just running that money boat. I mean, the war stopped. She was over there to protest the war, and it stopped. Now she's got nothing to protest. So she's going to protest that they stop the war. Because she's got nothing else to protest about, no? So that's like TMZ. Likes to create bullshit out of nothing. Or if it's something, where are they getting the information from? Such as photos inside a prison. You know what I'm saying? That's 100% illegal. Okay? That's 100% illegal. You look at your laws. It's both federal and state laws. You can't take no photographs of that prison inside the facilities or anything like that for security purposes. It's plain and simple, even if it is a bloody lollipop type bloody place. And it has to be, because the photo that we've seen was him, he's standing there with a couple of guys like he's in general public. right, with a smile on his face. Well, you know, just goes to show you what type of chomos are there. Or should I say pedophiles? Because I'm not frightened of YouTube. YouTube wants us to use the wrong words so we confuse the children. Because they're part of the circle. They allow TMZ to run their bullshit. Because they're making money. Again, money. All about money. All about greed and wealth and gain. YouTube is a good platform. We've all met on here. That's a fact. That's a given. But it's also run by evil people. And they also put evil algorithms in. I mean, like stopping us from using the connection words like sexual assault, rape, and pedophilia, when they are words that we invented to describe what they are in a clean sense. I'm sick of this, allegedly. And we've got to go grape, and we've got to go, or essay, or chomo. Come on, I sound like a fucking clown. Want me to put blood lips on this here? Big red lips, eh? Oh, hey, the chomos. But when you say to the kids, there's a pedophile, they go, oh, that's those guys. That's right, that's those guys that touch kids. Instantaneously. It's like a red light, green light. They don't even need to be taught. That word sounds straight away evil. Okay? Kids pick up straight away on that. When they hear this chomo, they think, going down the chomo circus. A chair made of chicken and chair made of cow. Come and sit on my lap. Yeah, well. And a Santa. Oh, how people say, oh, poor Santa cops have done it. Come and sit, but some of them are like that. Come and sit on my lap. You dirty old man. You should be dragged out by the ankles and flogged. Not killed, just flogged. Every day. Oh, you got to leave that younger generation alone. Santa. Every time I talk about that now, I just get that vision that Jag put in my head about that dominatrix episode with that Santa. I still want her to do an interview with that lady. That'll be interesting. I want to find out about that. I need closure there. Well, you imagine you're a cop, you rock up to the scene. There's a guy hanging from the wall like a bit of an anal hook and all that there going on. And he's dead in a Santa Claus suit. She running around in some demon suit. There's the elf over there beating himself off. And there's a Christmas tree lights going. You think, what the hell is going on here? So it's hard for that lady to describe, hey, this guy paid for this stuff. And you know what? That's true. No, the lady, she runs it as a museum now. The Pink House in Kalgoorlie, which used to be the prostitute parlor. We used to have little places there where the girls would hire out the rooms to do what they had. And it was a proper front-running facility. Very well-renowned at the time. But that home won all those young Asian girls and all the other girls, they were doing it from home, from the phone and that, all illegally, most of it. So it's ruined the business. Ruined that business, so she turned it into a museum. And she was saying, like, well, what do you do when guy, he rocks up, he says, I don't care how much it costs. I got the money. He's a 410-pound man, but he wants to be hung up from his bum from the roof. Now, how do you do such a thing? How do you invent a hook that's not going to bend? It's not going to hurt him, and it's going to be, So a lot of thought's got to be put in the, how are you going to suspend the 400-pound man from the roof? When he rocks up on the mines in his big bloody thing, and that's what he wants. I know it sounds right off the planet, but people pay for some strange stuff. So that's just giving you an idea how that Santa ended up on the wall. I want to find out closure from that lady. I really do. People say, why are you interested in that? Because I bloody am. I mean, that scene in my head is like, wow, come on, I got to work out what's going on there. Still didn't work out whether she did a couple of years or not. Yes, interesting. I mean, Jag, she did the dominatrix work herself for a little while. So, she knows what it is. I know what it's like. It's not like I've been in the industry. I do see things. I have got a set of eyes, It's like the cops coming to me and say, oh, what do you know about guns? I say, well, you go into the bloody news agency there, and there's 10 bloody magazines on guns. And you don't need a license to buy them. You know, you know. Oh, well, gee, because we got the stringent gun laws over here. Stringent gun laws. Yes, well, I'll get my rifle license eventually. I'll have to move out to Menzies, get a residency there, and I'll get one straight away. If I get a residency out there, I might as well go the whole big. No, I'll run for mayor. I can, I can actually run for that. I probably win. And that's it. Got that there's old Mike who has diplomatic immunity. Yeah, yes, there you go. Get to wear my bloody official bloody, mayor's bloody fucking necklace. The key to the city. Would be nice. Would be nice. But we see. There's a lot of things need to be done out there. I go out there and I see a lot of rubbish that's being chucked into the bush, man. And it's disgusting. And to me, well, I'm a bit old way. I don't like them taking and digging the ground up like I do. But we got to go with progress. Because that's blood money. That's blood money, right? We'd rather the land be left as it is. Don't put them in result. But unfortunately, that's not the way the world progresses. That's not how we progress. And a lot of these younger ones that run in a shop now wait for all them old ones to die off. They jumped in and changed the policy. Instead of going for a treaty, they went for a native title. But that was forced on us by our government. By the way, in a dictatorship type of fashion, because no government should be able to overrule a high court ruling. So when you find your government overrules a high court ruling, that's a dictatorship, because they're not supposed to be able to do that. It's got to be a balance between the people, the politicians, and the judiciary. It's a three-party policy democracy. If you're going to have the judge side with them, well, you can't see a clear cut. That's a dictatorship. That's what it is. You can call mistrial. Every time you see that, in any case, a judge is there to weigh up the evidence, not due fucking process, like they usually do. Like they usually do. See, a guy like me, I wouldn't have even got to look at him. Got charged for all those things that Diddy got charged for. And I would have said, oh, put me in that one because they're going to beat me up. And they would just deliberately put me in the worst one just for spite. Because I got no cash, see? Got no cash. And I got no little receipt list. Personal little receipt list in his head of who was at that party, what was done, what they did. I keep telling people this will not be alleged. I don't allege anything. You've got to find out this to be the truth, whether they deny it now or not. You will find out the truth. The only way people like Diddy and Ellen and Robert De Niro escalate up, they have to do something very, very cruel and heinous, crueler than the rest of them, like peel off a kid's face and wear it, and then urinate on their face with no skin. That type of thing, real twisted. Walk around the party with their face on. Aren't I beautiful? That's a fact. That's why you find Robert De Niro runs all those Luciferians through Hollywood. And Diddy and Ellen were running all the guys this way. And then you've got the big grand poobah, Oprah Winfrey, the slave trader. And I'm not alleging that. You're going to find that out about her too. That'll come out in the wash. So you can carry on now, always strike him, tell him he's no. When she explains what she's been doing at that school, she explains all her underhanded business, and she explains why she dropped herself out of the limelight. Then we'll understand the truth, not the bullshit. Come on now. That Weinstein fella, she was his left testicle. You know what I'm saying? She was the left testicle of that man. Who do you think was feeding those girls to him? Huh? Making sense? I wouldn't trust her as far as I could pick her up and throw the woman. You know? As simple as that. And I don't care about that one. And then you had poor old bloody, Whoopi Goldberg. She was good as an actor. She should have never got an open her mouth about fucking anything else. Sorry about that. She dropped right down in my bloody thought pattern. Literally, the stuff coming in out of her mouth. I said, really, Whoopi, really, are you listening to yourself, girl? Because that sounds so fucking stupid. Even you'll be saying, gee, I sound stupid. Long way from the telephone. Well, then again, on that telephone movie, talking that whole movie, and you find out the cord wasn't even plugged in. So she was mad. It's crazy. You know? Think about that. She's better playing characters like Oda Mae Brown instead of being a mouthpiece for an agenda that is wrong. Totally wrong. You know? Totally wrong. I mean, I liked her as an actor. It's got nothing to do with the color. It's got to do with us coming out of her fucking mouth. Simple as that. Simple as that. Purely driven by hate. You know, all the other presidents that get into power, they enjoy a little bit of their reign. They enjoy getting there kind of hassle-free. Donald Trump's the only one that's been fucking in court this day he's bloody started. They're trying to do him this way, do him this way, do him this way, do him this way. And then the guy that gets in power, he just fucking forgives his son, writes him out a nice little thing. Here you go. Just like Diddy and them guys write out the bloody Grammy Awards for kids that haven't even had a fucking song or album out yet. Not even in a band. Don't even sing. But yet they get a Grammy. You know, nothing sus, guys. That's money. You know, money doesn't make the world go around. No, no, no. It revolves on its own axis and on its own gravity around the sun. On a 365, 366 day period. Depending, give it a 2, take a 2. That's why we have a leap year, to catch it up. Yeah, strange that. Well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out and hunt some money, dig it up, and if I find enough, well, it's goodbye DD, goodbye Jay-Z, goodbye TMZ, and any other fucking jerk like that. And I'll go one at a time, one at a time, one at a time, and at the end, I have ambition. SPARTA will own YouTube. I will own YouTube. These so-called rich content creators, they'll be bums to me because I'll be the one signing their checks. That's the ambition. I go out there, sitting out there, I buy it on the float, you know. I go buy it on the float, promise them to pay on this much and say, well, here's 120 million to kick it off. And just pay them off whatever I make. I'm not greedy, see. See, I can survive on very little and pay that off just like that. That's how it's done. That's how they get things. They don't actually have enough money to go that project themselves. They need someone else's money. But they've got enough front money to chuck in. And they make sure they have enough money on the side to keep everything insured. So that policy and that little venture doesn't go through, and you don't get that building done that you had designed, it falls through, everyone gets paid out from insurance. Okay? No one loses there. Gosh. You can insure anything if you've got money. Technically no one over the age of 72 should be insured because you're too old by all the policies out there. But if you've got enough money, you sure as hell can be. You want to check that too? Any retirement policies you have, any health benefits, health policies that you have, like accident prone or something like that there, or death or terminal illness and that. Heaven forbid that doesn't happen. But if you've got any of those type of policies, you want to check that small print because it's got a cut-off date. Women, 65. Men, 67. And after that, they don't want to really insure you after that anymore. You're uninsurable because you're too old. Unless you've got money. So remember that. So if you've got an insurance company that's still taking checks off you and you're over 65 years of age, I'd be querying that, whether you're even covered at all. Because it'll be just like my father. They said it all, oh yes, that's death from bloody accident. No worries. And we find out when he does pass, we go to get, there's only $100,000 bloody dollars. That's all it was. No, sorry, he was too old. I said, well, why would you get in to pay bloody 7 years and all that time? You'd be taking the money off him, and he wasn't even insured. And he wasn't insured. No, that's how they just kept taking the money, Didn't tell him that he wasn't even insured. So by technical fault, we got nothing. Right? All they give her back was bloody about the $13,000 was the money that he paid them for the insurance over the years when he wasn't even bloody insured. So they just ripped us right off. And the one thing that proved would have won a case for us is it was all done over the phone, and it was all one of those recording deals. What happened? They lost that recording. How about that? So just how of convenience, Terrible. You set up a policy like that, unbeknownst, and when you walk in to try and collect, they say no. They come up with all this bullshit stuff that fucking he wasn't even insured. So you want to check your insurance policies, because they got a cutoff point. Right? Unless you're super rich, they've got a cutoff point. You'll find once you get to a certain retirement age, that's it. They won't insure you anymore. You have to buy it year by year then. You have to go and be subject to bloody tests every year to make sure that you're insurable. So if you're smoking cigarettes after 65, well, no insurance there. Better check it out, guys. I know it's hard for you over in America because it's all blood. You don't really have a public hospital system. You've got to have some sort of insurance to get your bloody even medical treatment. It's crazy, I reckon. Over here, we've got a public system as well as the private. Yes, you go private, you're going to get served faster. You probably get better treated. But you don't have to pay if you go for the public. You just got to wait. And that's where they find all the trainees anyways. Come from the public sector. They get disgruntled with how overbearing work they have to do. The government doesn't put very little into it. I mean, geez, we're living in, the 2025? Every single hospital, I guarantee you guys walk into, she's all computer or bloody files. You got the Perth here, and the cancer ward, because they can write it off. It's still done in paper triplicate. They reckon, we can't find the computer system. I said, well, how come Fiona Stanley's got one? And that's also a state hospital now too. So how come they've got bloody computer system to run all their shit? They've even got robots to bloody chuck shit around. Robots tell you, excuse me, you're in my way. Okay. And then you got this other hospital over here. They're still writing in fucking triplicate. So they can hide that paper trail. I mean, the drugs that Kelly was getting for cancer, each shot was $3,000. Is it really worth $3,000? Or are they saying it's worth $3,000? They seem to be all getting around in Mercedes-Benzes. A lot of money. A lot of money in that cancer game. It's almost like the Jesus game. In fact, the Cancer Foundation is the biggest funded, by handouts in the world. And they operate just like every other bloody that takes a policy and doesn't pay tax. They keep 85% for themselves. Thank you. And 15% will go on to research and all the cancer bullshit. We dealt with the Cancer Foundation. What a joke. Now, if you're insured, they got no worries helping you there. They'll help you straight away because then they'll go and bill your insurance company 3 times the amount of what it actually costs. They're in about making money. They don't care about curing anybody. It's like when we had to ask for some parking vouchers. They bloody pushed the desk back, and I thought like I was bloody little Oliver in that movie, Oliver Twist. You want more? Like I say, like, what the fuck? We don't have any cash here. I said, I wasn't asking for cash. I said, we've seen that you hand out all these bloody voucher bags for bloody all these parking. Why can't we get one? Kelly's very sick, you know. Hey, don't be absurd, man. We don't give out such things like that. And they sure as hell do. They all got that Freemasonry box-head fucking type style to them. All part of that brotherhood. Same with Salvation Army, Cancer Foundation, Red Cross, fucking all those ones. All those, they're all on the Illuminati fucking board on either side. The Freemasonry board. That's actually all their symbols that they got around the Freemason bloody symbol in the center. Go and check it out. I'm not lying. They're all organizations of that. That's why you'll find your Red Cross and your Salvation Army. They own most of the most prestigious land and most expensive land in the world. Then you've got the Catholic churches. All these people are all tax-free, walking around the best cashmere gear, gold embroidery this, fucking even got guys telling what he was in his tomb, you know, that type of thing. And the rest of them, that they're supposed to be pulling the money out of us, starving in the street, facing the wars, getting around in tattered clothes. No different than it was back in the Inquisition. The church proves the state of life. The rich church, all that gold, why don't they sell it all? Save all those people that come to the congregation, pay all their rent for a year. That's what God would want. Not what they want. They want them to pay their rent. You know? Those churches are not for God. They're for man. Man needs money. God doesn't need money. God doesn't need money. And God can build the universe, and God can reshape the universe, and he can do all these things, but he can't handle money, so those churches have got to come begging money from you. When we stop funding the churches, you watch how they get hurt. How do you hurt rich people? Take the money away from them. They're not rich no more. Okay? That's how you fix up the Diddies in the world, and the Jay-Z's. You find the leaks, you prod the shit out of them till it all pours out. And then they got fuck all. They ain't nothing then. They're like a regular Joe. They won't like that. They'll chuck a hissy fit, run around the pink slippers, probably drug a few people and rape a few people. They both do the same thing. They was tag teaming one girl, wasn't they? And they paid her out. Oh, we'll pay you out. It's because it wasn't a criminal case. It was a civil case. Bullshit. To me, when you pay yourself out of something, you're guilty as hell, regardless whether it's a criminal or a civil charge. That was still an underage girl. That's still pedophilia. And yet everyone says, oh, they got away with that one. Oh, they got off with that one. Oh, yes, he won that. Yeah, by paying his way out. Both bloody sexually assaulting a fucking underage girl. When does that bloody sound? Like this girl with a Tesla. No one's saying nothing about that fuckwit getting around. No? D4VD, or David. Oh, yes. I had an argument with Chloe over that one. I said, oh, I thought we should be doing this. Can you help me? Can you promote this bloody short for me? And she said, why would you want to go after David? Oh, I thought, fucking Jesus Christ, girl. I went right off, and I said, anyone who wants to support the fucking chomo or bloody pedophile, I'm going to put them in the curb too. She didn't like that. You know? And I wrote down everything that's happened. Where it happened, who owned what time, when was the last time she was seen, how there was only this found, where he used to live. And she realized, oh shit. I said, oh shit, you allying yourself with pedophile? Simple as that. He's allowed to run. He's the next flavor in the moment. That's why he's dragging a dead body through in his film clip with blood all over him. And then you find a dead girl in his Tesla. And he's on fucking tour, bloody earning millions of dollars. And then the manager steps in and says, oh, no, that's mine. No. So why isn't the manager being dragged in by a hook under his chin? What are you doing with this girl's body in your back, in the bloody car? She didn't get in there by herself. So where's the fucking arms and legs? They ate them. That's a ritualist mob. You can't see what's going on there. The girl's name is Celeste. What's the other one he's got now? Nova or something. So they're following a fucking star pattern. He groomed her off a bloody fortnight, which is just as bad as going on roadblocks. At the age of 12. She ran away from home at the age of 12. Because she'd run away from home for 2 years. She was with him all over social media for those 2 years, last seen in January earlier this year. Her phone was still active, which anyone can do that if you know someone's security code for their phone. So, nothing sus. No one's been charged for that poor girl. Nothing's been said. TMZ, why haven't they reported on it? That'll be top news. No, because they're told not to fucking tell it. They probably go around helping debunk shit. No? So we got to get rid of dickheads like that. I can see plainly what they're doing, and I will just say straight out what they're doing. I'm not going to say allegedly or any bullshit like that. I don't go down for that bullshit because I know they'll be found out. And I know they let me investigate the way I want to investigate. It won't be physical. It'll be very stern, very aggressive. It won't be physical. But I guarantee you I'll get all the information I need. That's quite easy, I'll give them an offer they can't refuse, when you be the godfather. Then they will see. I'll give them an offer they can't refuse. I mean, they think Satan can give them an offer they can't refuse. Well, bad mistake. That's right, Oh, Godfather. That's another thing too, Saga. That guy, when he did The Godfather, the real Godfathers invited him. Said, you come. He actually started sitting back with the real Godfathers smoking cigars. And said, you know what? We wasn't really like that. But we like it so much that we fucking emulating it now. So you had all the mafioso getting around like, hey, I'm the boss. And, come on my day of my daughter's wedding. No Luke Grabowski trying to recite these. That poor guy, he was reciting these actual lines for the movie. That wasn't part of the movie. He was actually trying to recite his lines for the fucking movie. For real. So they kept that in. And when they filmed that movie, when you had the big parade at the wedding at the beginning, when they first started filming, it wasn't right. It wasn't quite right. So they thought, right, can that. Let's do the whole movie. And then once they'd done the whole movie, everyone got into the role, or everyone started feeling like there was a mafioso, So when they come to do that filming of the wedding, that's actually done at the end of the movie when they filmed all the other stuff. So that's why it was done so well. They got it so everyone was into the mold. Everyone got into the bloody, the method acting of what they was all supposed to be about. And that's how that ended up being so great. Now, you had all the Greeks over here and the Italians over here when that first came out. They said, oh, that movie wasn't for any of you white guys, anyone like that, any English. I said, well, because they had that there with speaking Italian and they didn't have a dub. I said, oh, well, because we was the ones that just didn't have a film with a fucking dub, because plenty of dub versions of it. Crazy. Crazy old world we live in. But we live in it. And if God is responsible for making everyone, well, it's just like that Arab guy, or just like that, that Arab guy in Rambo 3. God must love crazy people because he makes so many of them. I don't think he makes crazy people. I just think the environment makes them crazy. A few things not stacked up right in the brain. That's about it. Fine line between craziness and saneness. So fine, it's an ongoing study. Goes back and forth all the time. Well, look at this here. 45 years ago, anyone that was homosexual, he'd lock them up and start giving them electrical therapy. Now today, I can't call a faggot because I'd get arrested. There you go. That's the change of saneness. Because before that, they used to declare it as sane, insane. It's insane, and it still is. The science, the fucking physiology, the Jew study, everything put behind it by all the major governments of the world, millions and millions and millions of dollars, into the billions, to try and find this so-called I'm born that way bullshit. No, no one's born any which way. You're born a free will unit. You don't even know that you is. They don't even know what you are. All you know is that you're hungry and you cry. That's all you know is how to cry. You can't bloody say, I was this here. No, because you've got to learn how to crawl before you can walk. You're a product of your environment and everything around you from the moment you come out that birth canal. You're born into the world a free will thinking unit. I mean, it's like a trouble sometimes. It makes you wonder how I keep from going under. A child is born with no state of mind, blind to the ways of mankind. He was singing that back in the 80s. You know? That's got a lot of sense in it there. You want to go back to things, you go back to them. He tells it straight. You're born blind to the ways of mankind. Right? That sexuality bullshit. Fucking ways of mankind. Of the mind. Nothing to do with fucking born that way. No one's born that way. You know, you have trouble when you look in the mirror, when you start working out that you actually exist. You have trouble working out what parts you got. Well, that's not my problem. That's for your own self to work out. As simple as that. How simple as that. We're not born any which way, people. We are born what they call a free will thinking unit. We have free will. We're thinking. We haven't had anything put into us yet except the milk, the sound of the heartbeat of your mother. You might feel pain and you're hungry. The only thing you know how to do is cry. You don't know anything else. You can't cry out and say, there's my rights. No, I don't want the fucking blue bottle, I want the pink bottle. I'm not a fucking blue bottle boy. Come on now. You don't even know how to fucking speak, to voice your opinion. Your mind's not even developed to know what an opinion is. Fuck, you don't even know that you exist until you're about 2 or 3. You realize you start getting a sense of self, that you matter, that you exist in the world. It's not just some sort of game, fucking computer running in your head. And then you're product of the environment around you. Simple as that. Any parent that wants to promote their child under the age of 10 to do such things like transgender, we should be dragging that parent out in the street and curb stomp them to non-existence. Because that's not a parent at all. That's Satan running full rip. That's what Satan wants. He wants little boys to think that they're girls, and wants girls to think that they're boys. That way you don't have any babies at all. He fucks up the fucking whole circle of life. You get rid of bloody life. There's no one to pray to God. Who's going to call him a God? Nobody. So be up there alone because all the life's fucking gone. Because we didn't breed. Whole idea of life is to keep it flowing on. Keep it going on. You want the humanity to fucking exist? You got to go together in the right way. I keep telling people, it is a thought pattern, not a fucking genetic pattern. It's not a sex, it's a thought pattern. If it is a sex, I'll prove it isn't. Sea container challenge. Anyone in the world can tell me different in a sea container challenge? Then we'll see. We'll get the sea containers all set up. They're going to be locked up for 10 months because the duration of a baby takes at least 9. Maybe a month to put one in there. But you put them in your combinations of your sexual genders that you got. Your LBGPG, whatever. You write a little thing on the bloody each container so you know which dickhead you got in there. 2 girls are not going to lick out a baby. 2 blokes ain't got a shit out a baby. So that's them fucking 2 fucking, that's the lesbian and the gay fucking thing. It's just that way they think. That's not a sexual fucking gender. There's still 2 males and there's still 2 females. Doesn't change there. transgender, and that's impossible. You can't go XX to fucking XY. So you can't change fucking genetically. You're just mutilating yourself. That's the psychological fucking method and the bloody science and all that behind it. Because it doesn't fit the chocolate Southwest narrative of all these bloody surgeons and that making money from it. They roll that one through. And of course, why not? Satan wants that. Satan wants you to go out and manipulate your body. Doesn't want you thinking not to what you are. He wants you to be fucking manipulated right around. Just like that idiot coconut from a tree. You voted Kamala in, you might as well have voted a fucking pedophile in. You did vote the bloody pedophile in before. He was right there groping his own children. I mean, how the hell did you let him still run after all that stuff about his daughter comes out and he has to go on having showers with his daughter at the age of bloody 16, 17 because she's sexually active. So what, daddy got to go in there and teach her? And he was walking in there having showers with her and then she's going to rehab and drugs and all that and trying to deal with that bullshit. What he done to her? That psychological fuck around. And that was all just let go, was it? You want to fucking let us bloke us asleep there like I see grabbing all the kids there, his own and all? Sleep at the fucking switch, eh? And he got some monkey breed fucking running another show. Don't know what she was. Started off as fucking Indian sandwich, you know, coming across the curry. And then when she realized, oh shit, now I'm the Obama. Fuck off. Like I keep telling you, 2 presidents in the history of America haven't been connected to the King George bloodline of the royal family. So, Kamala, Biden, Trump, bloody Hillary, all the ones that run, they're all cousins, man. Oh, family running your country. That's a family affair. Otherwise, your country's not legal by rule of sale. And to keep it the way that way, you got that gun law. And what do you suppose? To stop the King of England coming in and taking back his country rights because it's his. So you go and build nuclear arsenals and big armies and all these guns and that there to make sure that you don't have to give it back. That's how America's running. They've got a family running that country. When you work that out, you work out why they don't force you to vote. Why voting is not even essential to the process in America. You think it is, but it's not. It's not. I mean, that's how they portray it. You go and ask your politicians, is the voting essential to vote? No, not really. It just gives them an idea what the people think. We've already got it fucking already written out who's going to be the boss. We've got a ballot at the back there. You know, we run those tarot cards like the Simpsons do for every episode. So the next episode is when Trump finishes. He's going to have a big spend up before he goes. Create a big deficit for America. Then you're going to have that blonde one. Because she's like Lisa Simpson. Blonde, highly intelligent, and just young enough to slip up and become the president of America. That's the fuck that Vance guy. Vance, you might as well drop him in the fucking nuts. He's an idiot. I don't know why people are putting this thing in as Vance. Fuck off. He's licking Trump's nuts and that's all he's doing. That's your president, that female. She needs to get out from under the yoke of Trump yet. Once she gets out from that yoke, that's it. You know, she'll be you. She's the one. And she'll be like the Lisa Simpson. She'll lead you to a bit of prosperity. Then what happened in that episode? Because the Simpsons' predictions are all real, come real, you know. If you see a celebrity, shoot them first. The Epstein list will come out. You put that girl in the power, the Epstein list will come out.